Hello dear students, today we will discuss about Newton's first law or a law of motion. First law of motion, or we consider that law of inertia. Law of inertia, both are same. Newton's first law of motion or law of inertia, both are same. Okay, so suppose here we consider that this one is object, or here we consider that so this one is object, and it is continuous in a state of rest. When we apply some external force, then only object changes its position, otherwise it is continuous in a state of rest. The same way, suppose object it is in a uniform motion. Suppose without any external force, so this object continuous in a state of a uniform motion along a straight line. When you apply the force, then only object changes its direction. Otherwise, it is a continuous in a state of motion. It means a uniform motion along the straight line. If you apply the force, then what happens? Direction changes. Suppose again apply the force, then what happens? So speed or velocity of object changes. Otherwise, it is continuous in a uniform motion along a straight line. Okay. So first one, suppose here we consider that object it is in a rest position without applying any external force. So this object continuous in a state of a rest. Suppose object it is in a uniform motion along the straight line without applying any external force. So this object continuous in a uniform motion along the straight line. The same way, so here the Newton's first law or law of inertia. Every body it is continuous in a state of rest or along the straight line, uniform motion along the straight line. Every body it is continuous in a state of rest or uniform motion along a straight line unless applying some external force. Without applying any external force, the body continuous in a state of rest or uniform motion along the straight line. When you apply the external force or unbalanced force, then only object changes its position. Okay, so direction of object position or direction of motion we consider that along the applied direction. Suppose I will apply force in this direction, it means object changes position along the direction of applied force. Suppose I will apply force in this direction, okay, object changes its direction or motion along the direction of applied force. Otherwise, it is a continuous in a state of rest or a uniform motion along a straight line. For example, here we consider that this one is object. Okay, so I will apply some Newton of force along this direction. Then what happens? Object changes its position along this direction. Otherwise, it is continuous in a state of rest. Suppose object moving in a particular direction with a uniform motion. Then, without applying any external force, so this body continuous in a state of uniform motion along the straight line. Suppose if you apply the force, then what happens? Body direction changes, or velocity of a body changes, or acceleration of a body changes. Otherwise, it is continuous in a state of rest or uniform motion. So this one we consider that first law of motion or Newton's first law of motion or law of inertia. Because you already know that law of inertia means it is an inherent property. It means the body without changes its position by itself, without accelerate by itself. So that's what we consider that inertia. Yes, so here without applying any external force, so body continues in a state of rest or uniform motion along a straight line. So both are same. So this one we consider that the law of inertia or Newton's first law of motion. And the next concept we consider that the momentum. Yes, so next concept is momentum. Velocity, product of mass and velocity. Okay, so here momentum generally it is represented by the P is equal to, so mass m and the velocity we consider that v. So this reason the momentum is nothing but it is the product of mass and the velocity. Mass and the velocity. It means, so this momentum mainly depend upon mass as well as the velocity. It means mass of a body increases, then the momentum increases. Suppose the velocity of a body increases, again momentum increases. So this reason, so this momentum is directly proportional to the mass of a body as well as velocity of a body. Momentum directly proportional to the mass of a body as well as velocity of a body. So this reason, so this momentum is nothing but the product of mass and the velocity. Momentum is product of mass and the velocity. Okay, so here the SI unit of this momentum. You already know that SI unit of mass is kg and the velocity SI unit meter per second. So this reason SI unit of momentum, SI unit of momentum we consider that kg meter per second. Kg meter per second. Or we consider that kg meter per second or kg meter per second. So this one is a SI unit of a momentum. SI unit of a momentum. And here, so this momentum we consider that a vector quantity. So this one is a vector quantity. Why? Because it's having both magnitude as well as a direction. So here we consider that a velocity is a vector quantity. It means displacement of a body with respect to time. So that's when we consider that velocity. It means it's having a particular one direction. The same way, momentum also we consider that a vector quantity. So this reason, the vector form of a momentum. Vector form of a momentum, P is a momentum. P we consider that a vector quantity. So this reason here we consider that a one arrow line is equal to, so mass. So this one is a scalar quantity. It does not show any direction, but it's having a magnitude. So this reason mass we consider that a vector quantity. And a velocity is a vector quantity. So this reason, so this one we consider that a vector form of a momentum. Vector form of a momentum. Momentum is a vector quantity, and this equation we consider that a vector form of a momentum, because momentum is a vector quantity. Velocity is also vector quantity, but mass we consider that a scalar quantity. Okay, and the dimensional formula of this momentum. So dimensional formula of a momentum, here mass SI unit is kg, you already know that. Okay, mass SI unit is kg and the velocity SI unit meter per second. So this reason in a dimensional formula, so here mass represented by m is, and here length is l and time we consider that t. So mass is present. So this reason, so mass m raised to 1 and meter it means length. Okay, so this reason l raised to 1 and time here we consider that per second. So this reason t raised to minus 1. Okay, m raised to 1, l raised to 1, t raised to minus 1. So this one we consider that a dimensional formula of a momentum. Dimensional formula of a momentum. Next one, so this momentum is directly proportional to the mass and the momentum directly proportional to the velocity. Suppose if mass and the velocity changes but momentum remains a constant. Sometimes it means the mass value increases, velocity decreases, then the momentum remains constant, or velocity increases, so mass decreases, again momentum remains constant. Yes, suppose mass increases as well as momentum is also increases. Suppose velocity increases as well as momentum is also increases. So this reason here we consider that some graphs. It means a 3 graphs. The first graph we consider that at a constant velocity. At a constant velocity, momentum is directly proportional to the mass. It means at a constant velocity, momentum is directly proportional to the mass. Momentum is directly proportional to the mass. So this reason here we consider that a graph. Along x-axis we consider that the mass, and along y-axis is a momentum. Whenever the mass value increases, automatically momentum is also increases, because of formula P, momentum is equal to mass into velocity. Whenever mass value increases as well as momentum is also increases. So this reason, so mass value increases as well as momentum is also increases. So this reason, the momentum is directly proportional to the mass at a constant velocity. Suppose here we consider that a mass value constant, the variation of a momentum and a velocity. So in this condition also momentum is directly proportional to the velocity at a constant mass. Okay, constant mass. Here we consider that a constant mass, m is a constant, and the momentum is directly proportional to the velocity. So this reason here we consider that one of the graph here. So here we consider that a velocity constant. And here, so velocity changes along x-axis and momentum changes along the y-axis. Okay, when a constant mass, so momentum is directly proportional to the velocity. It means whenever velocity value increases, as well as the momentum is also increases. So this reason, when velocity increases, then momentum is also increases. So this reason we get one linear graph. Okay, so this reason at a constant mass, so momentum is directly proportional to the velocity. Suppose we want a constant momentum. What about velocity and the mass value? Suppose velocity increases, so mass decreases, then we get a constant momentum. Suppose mass value increases, velocity decreases, then we get a constant momentum. So this reason at constant momentum P. So here we consider that along x-axis we consider that mass, and along y-axis we consider that velocity. But here we consider that a constant momentum. So this reason, so velocity increases, so mass value decreases. It means to be considered that maximum velocity, it means a minimum mass. Suppose velocity decreases, automatically mass increases. Velocity decreases, again mass increases. Velocity decreases, again mass increases. Velocity decreases, again mass increases. So this reason we want a constant momentum. It means velocity and mass value changes. So velocity increases, mass decreases, or mass decreases, velocity increases, then only we get a constant momentum. Suppose we want a constant velocity, it means momentum is directly proportional to the mass. It means we get one slope, it means one linear graph. Suppose at a constant mass, so momentum directly proportional to the velocity, again we get one linear graph. And here we want a constant momentum. So this reason, so velocity value and mass value changes. It means velocity increases, mass decreases, then we get constant momentum. Suppose mass value increases, velocity decreases, again we get a constant momentum. Yes? Okay. So next concept, so this momentum changes with respect to time. So that one is directly proportional to the applied force. So momentum changes with respect to time. So that one is directly proportional to the applied force. So this one we consider that a Newton's second law. Okay, next one we consider that a second law of Newton's second law of motion or second law of motion. So second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. Rate of change of momentum directly proportional to the applied force, and it takes place along the direction of applied force. It means, suppose I will apply this some force, then what happens? So body is start to moving with a particular direction. It means, so this momentum changes with respect to time, so that one is directly proportional to the applied force. And here, so this body changes along the direction of applied force. Along the direction of applied force. So this reason, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force, and it takes place along the direction of applied force. Is the rate of change of momentum directly proportional to the applied force? Is so this reason, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. Directly proportional to the force. You already know that the momentum. So momentum, it means P is equal to, momentum is P is equal to m of v. It means it is the product of mass and the velocity. So this reason, so this momentum is nothing but a product of mass and the velocity. And our statement, it means Newton's second law, rate of change of momentum directly proportional to the applied force. Is a rate of change of momentum. It means, so here we consider that momentum changes with respect to time. Momentum changes with respect to time. So this one we consider that rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. Directly proportional to the applied force, and it takes place along the direction of applied force. It means object changes in a particular direction. It means applied force direction, so object position changes along the direction of applied force, so object position changes. So this reason, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. So this equation I will write like that. It means F directly proportional to the dP divided by dt. You already know that momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. So this reason, so this force is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. So momentum, it means mass into velocity. Momentum is mass into velocity. It means it is the product of mass and the velocity. So this reason here F directly proportional to the d into bracket m into v divided by dt. So this reason, so this one we consider that so here mass is a constant value and the velocity is a variable. Mass is a constant, velocity variable. It means the velocity changes with respect to time. So this reason I will write this equation like that. It means mass is a constant value m and the velocity changes with respect to time. It means dv divided by dt. Yes. So this reason F directly proportional to the mass as it is. Mass value as it is, and the velocity changes with respect to time. You already know that acceleration. So acceleration means the rate of change of velocity. It means the velocity changes with respect to time. So this reason, so velocity changes with respect to time means, so this one we consider that acceleration. It means the force directly proportional to the mass and acceleration. So we will make equal. So this reason F is equal to, we want one constant value, so this one is a K. K is nothing but a force constant into mass into acceleration. So K means force constant. K is a force constant. Suppose here K value we consider that a 1 unit. So when K value we consider that 1 unit, then what happens? So force is equal to, so K value is 1 unit into mass into acceleration. So this reason the force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. So rate of change of momentum directly proportional to the applied force. It means the force is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum, and the force is equal to, so momentum value mv changes with respect to time. So m is a constant value and the velocity is a variable. So velocity changes with respect to time means acceleration. So this reason force is directly proportional to the mass and acceleration. It means we want one constant value, take constant value means f is equal to k into ma, and k is nothing but a force constant, and its value we consider that 1 unit, then f is equal to ma. So this one is a force formula. So this force we consider that a vector quantity. So force is a vector quantity. So force is a vector quantity. So this reason vector formula of a force. So vector formula of a force means F bar is equal to, so mass is a scalar quantity and acceleration we consider that vector quantity. So this reason the vector formula of a force F bar is equal to m into a. So this one we consider that a vector form. And a SI unit of a force. So SI unit of a force, generally mass SI unit is kg and acceleration meter per second square. So this reason SI unit of force we consider that kg meter per second. SI unit of force kg meter per second, or another one use SI unit, so that one is a Newton. Another one SI unit is a Newton. So this is represented by capital N. SI unit kg meter per second square, or another one SI unit, so that's why we consider that Newton, and it is represented by the capital N. Okay. And the next one, dimensional formula. The dimensional formula means kg m raised to 1, and the meter is there l raised to 1, and the per second it means t raised to minus 2. M raised to 1, L raised to 1, and T raised to minus 2. So this one is a dimensional formula of a force, and it is a vector quantity. It's having both magnitude as well as the direction. So this is a force we consider that a vector quantity. Okay. Next one. So force we consider that a 1 Newton. Suppose the force value we consider that a 1 Newton. You already know that the formula F is equal to ma. Suppose force value we consider that 1 Newton. It means, so mass value is 1 kg and acceleration is 1 meter per second. Then we get the force value is 1 Newton. So this reason the 1 Newton, it means, so Newton I will write, so this one is a small letter n, but it is represented by the capital N. Okay, so this reason 1 Newton means the force required to produce an acceleration of 1 meter per second in a body of a mass 1 kg. It means how much force required to produce acceleration is 1 meter per second of a body mass is 1 kg. So that's what we consider that 1 Newton. It means, so this one is body and its mass is 1 kg. And suppose some force is applied on a body and it accelerates, and its acceleration we consider that 1 meter per second. How much force required to make this body acceleration is 1 meter and its mass is 1 kg. So that's what we consider that 1 Newton. Yes? Okay, so this one is the definition of 1 Newton. Thank you.